Hey guys, Grant here, aka Nightwolf88, and welcome to my garage. Why am I in the garage? No reason. Just thought I'd mix up the location and stuff. So, as you guys may or may not know, my dad recently just went through a surgery. He tore his Achilles heel and had it fixed during surgery. So, yeah, he's still recovering. Sorry, I'm switching from angle to angle right now with my arms. So anyway, yeah, so what better time than now to tell you guys about the time I had to suffer from just sitting around and using crutches like he is right now. Rewind to 2011. November of 2011, I was in 5th grade. So back in 5th grade, the coach would make us jog around laps, around this basketball court in our gym back in PE class. So, being fast on my feet, not to brag or anything, but I've always been fast on my feet, like with track, cross country, stuff like that, not to brag or anything intentionally, but it's just who I am. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. I would always, well, not always, but most of the time, I would finish first from running, around the track. And if you're wondering what I'm sitting on, right now it's actually the workbench. I'm hanging up against this toolbox. That's what's creaking. I know, I get off topic a lot. What are you gonna do? So anyway, since I was the first one to finish the laps, I went over to the bleachers to relax after a while, and I noticed there's this pain going up my leg, like from my kneecap all the way up to my upper thigh, and I'm like, what's going on right now? So I'm thinking I probably just strained something, or I probably just worked too hard, I don't know, stuff like that. So, as a matter of fact, this was the day before we got out of school, for Thanksgiving. So, my dad picks me up that afternoon. I'm eager to get out of that prison. Yes, emphasis on the word prison. I mean, not to compare school to prison or anything, but in front of prisons, they have these little fences, with barbed wire. We don't have that at our school. We have fences with spikes. The only buildings that I know have really tall fences with something sharp at the top are prisons, schools, and graveyards. Now that I think of it, graveyards should not be compared to the same landmarks as schools. Yeah, anyway, I'm getting off topic. So, I'm out of school for Thanksgiving. My dad's like, Granted, it looks like you're kind of limping. Is your leg feeling okay? I'm like, yeah, I mean, why wouldn't it? After a while, my family members start to come by, my aunt, my uncle, cousins, stuff like that. They come by, they're like, Grant, you're limping. You're not really walking right. Sorry, I was stuttering there. So, from my perspective, I'm walking just fine. From their perspective, I guess I'm just... they said I was, practically, jumping and skipping in slow motion, I guess, to them. I'm like, is someone, are you guys all, messing around with me? What's going on? I started to get worried, especially when my dad threatens a strong word, but he was saying that I may need to go up to the doctors and possibly see about getting surgery. Now, I'm 5th grade. That was 5th grade back then. Little Grant, Little Nightwolf 88. Back then, I used to watch I used to watch a lot, and I do mean a lot, of Rescue 911. Uh, you know, what was that other show? Bizarre ER. Stuff that involved a lot of surgery, a lot of blood, a lot of stuff to do with operating rooms. In my mind, after watching all those TV shows about people getting so many surgeries and then ending up like getting botched or dying or something, I'm thinking they're gonna get a scalpel, they're gonna cut me open, and I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna bleed out, and that's as simple as it. That's what I think is gonna go on during surgery. Well, I kind of overreacted clearly at the time. I was just a kid at the time. I didn't really know. I'd never had my tonsils removed. I'd never had any teeth taken out. I've never had a surgery up to that point. So, December rolls around, January, February, March, April, all that crap rolls by. And for some reason, I don't feel the pain in my leg anymore. I'm just walking normally. So, everyone's like, well, he's walking just fine. I guess something went back in place. It fixed itself. So I'm like, all right, I finished through all that suffering, all for nothing. So I'm, I guess I'm through it all. Nope. Fast forward all the way to October of 2012. So at the time, it was literally Halloween night, October 31st, Halloween, and yes, I was still trick-or-treating all the way up to 6th grade. So what? It was free candy. Of course I was gonna go. So, I get back from trick-or-treating, I go back to my place, go up the stairs, and take a shower. So, when I get out of the shower, I start noticing that oh-so-familiar pain. I'm like, ah, crap. I know what it is, so I'm like, well, I probably just hurt myself, I gotta sleep this off. So I slept it off, woke up the next morning, I feel a little better, but I still feel that pain. It's not going away. I'm like walking around in circles, in my house, just trying to go back to walking, right? And my dad's like, oh, you're limping again, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. November rolls by. We actually went to see a chiropractor. My mom took me to a chiropractor. She took me to a chiropractor. Lost my train of thought. I went, got massages done. All that stuff, like for my back, my legs, and everything. And he had this little machine. I don't know what it was called or how to explain it other than it looked kind of like a car battery looking device. It basically looked like a car battery with little wires sticking out. About 6 or 7 wires coming out of this car battery looking thing. Now, on these 6 wires, on the little ends of them, they had these little sticky rubber things. These little sticky rubber things would attach to my thigh, my upper thigh, and my lower shin. And he'd turn on this car battery device looking thing, and I'd feel this jolt of electricity. Like, you guys know those little fake chewing gum packages where you like pull the chewing gum and it like shocks you. It kind of felt like that. Only a little more mild. It didn't feel that. It didn't feel that bad, but it felt kind of weird in its own way. Like, I'll put it this way. It felt like electricity mixed with little ants or little cockroaches or some kind of bugs just walking around up and down my leg. Like, it felt weird, but at the same time, it was kind of enjoyable. Like, enjoyable. That's a good word. I don't know what was going on with my leg. My chiropractor. The chiropractor was telling me and my parents that I need to have more calcium in my diet. You know, my bones are weak or something. So he put me on this weird diet. Now, I kid you not. I could not eat meat, bread. I couldn't drink milk. I couldn't eat sugar. I couldn't eat fruit. I couldn't even eat carrots because carrots had sugar in them. Like a small amount of sugar. And now, I didn't even understand that. You know, vegetables are supposed to be good for you, right? I guess not. So, um, anyway, I get onto this diet, you know. I'm lasting throughout Thanksgiving and everything. I mean, of course I ate Thanksgiving dinner. I mean, I ain't gonna pass that up. But at the same time, I had to stick onto the diet, like afterwards and stuff. The diet doesn't seem to work. I mean, I lost like maybe 30 or 40 pounds, uh, something like that. You know, I slimmed down pretty quickly after that diet. So, you know, my leg's still hurting. So the doctor's like, well, maybe we should give you an x-ray. So I get an x-ray. It turns out my upper thigh has slipped out of the joint of my hip. Now they actually have a code name for this injury. I've got my tablet right here. I'm gonna see if I can Google it. I've actually got it saved up on here. Okay. I'm just gonna open this up. The literal cause, or literal name of this injury is SCFE, which stands for slipped capsular femoral epiphysis. Don't know if the camera picked that up right. I have to go back and edit this video. I'll see then. But anyway, here it is. Here it is right here. So basically, that X-ray is what happens. There's a little hip bone coming out of contact with a thigh bone and stuff. So anyway, that's what was going on inside my leg, and so I officially needed surgery. Like, it's a done deal. I needed surgery. So I'm still freaking out at the time. I didn't know what was going on. Like I said, I watched a lot of, you know, Rescue 911 TV shows that had to do with surgery. I'm thinking they're gonna screw something up, they're gonna cut an artery or something, and I'm gonna die. So it's like close to Christmas, maybe 2 or 3 weeks till Christmas, and my dad wakes me up one weekend. We were out of school at the time, so my dad wakes me up on the weekend. He's like, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, maybe 5 o'clock in the morning. He's like, come on, we gotta wake up. So I didn't even eat breakfast because they said that I was supposed to fast before ever going into surgery. So I didn't eat breakfast. I just got into the back of the car. Yeah. So basically, we drove all the way to this hospital that my dad actually works at. I'm not going to say the name of the hospital, you know, for safety reasons. But we went to the hospital that my dad worked at, and that's where I had the surgery. Like, first off, to put me asleep, they gave me this pill that was supposed to knock me out, you know, slow down my blood flow. Then they stuck an IV drip into my hand, like into one of these arteries in my hand, somewhere like that. It still didn't work. So last of all, they gave me this mask, this gas mask that finally knocked me out in like 10 seconds. And the last thing I remember hearing was, okay, let's roll him into the surgery room. So I was like on a gurney at the time that I fell asleep. So before surgery, the pastor from my church came by, and shout out to him, Brother Scott. That was a really nice thing that you did. I really appreciate that. He came in and prayed for me. You know, this was a whole new experience that I didn't know what was going to happen. So yeah, I really appreciate him coming in and praying for me because that was a great thing to do. So yeah, after the after the pastor came in and prayed with me and my family, I think Alex was at the house, like watching over the house at the time, because I think she had work that day too. So she wasn't there, but my parents were. People from my church came by. They prayed for me and stuff like that. So they wheel me into the operating room, put the gas mask on me. I'm out cold. Now, before the surgery, once again, before the surgery, the nurse was going, okay, when you wake up from surgery, all your pain's going to be gone. You're going to feel nothing at all. So I'm thinking, okay, the pain's going to be taken care of. Mm-mm. Nope. I woke up straight from that surgery table. The nurse is looking me right in the eye. She's like, how do you feel, Mr. Nash? I immediately just broke down in tears. I started crying, man. It was uncontrollable. My eyes were just like releasing so many tears. I couldn't even explain why I was crying. She's like, what's wrong? Are you in pain right now?" I'm like, "I don't know." People were getting back to me after I had the surgery. They were saying it had to be the nitrous oxide or whatever kind of gas they used that made me fall asleep. Like somehow it makes people wake up crying like a newborn baby. I don't know. Whatever happened, I was crying uncontrollably for about 15 minutes. That's probably the longest I've ever cried. Like I don't know. That I can remember. So anyway, they put me back on the gurney. I'm wheeled back to my parents, where my parents were. My dad's sitting in a chair watching a CNBC on the hospital TV set. He comes in, "Hey Grant, how you feeling?" I'm like, "My leg hurts." He's like, "Yeah, these things happen." No, he didn't say that. My dad, he truly does care about me. Both my parents care, and like my leg was really hurting. Um, like like they said, the pain was gonna be gone. I could feel it all the way to my bone. I've never broken a bone, not once in my life. I could actually feel pain in my bones. I was really hurting. So after about 2 hours later, they put me in a wheelchair and they take me downstairs to the car outside. So we're free to go home. We get here. Alex was waiting here. Apparently, a bunch of my neighbors came by. They heard about the surgery, and they brought by some stuff. I gotta tell you, they brought by like shout out to them too. That was really nice what they did. They brought by like bags of candy and stuff. You know, a whole bunch of like cards. Some people like drew me a bunch of get well stuff. Like that was really nice. That actually gets me a little broken down, like feeling about it. Because like sometimes you never know what you really have until you really sit down and start to think. Okay, enough of that mushy crap. So anyway, yeah. So that's the story of that really traumatizing surgery that I had to go through. um, yeah, I got a lot of attention back in 2012. People wouldn't leave me alone, and actually, a little epilogue to that story. I'm still walking fine. It's been about 13, 14, 15, about 3 or 4 years. Yes, I had to count the years. I haven't looked into it. 2016 now, and sorry, my dad just came out. So anyway, it's 2016 now. I'm still walking fine. I'm playing with this attic cord. Yeah, so Shout out to the doctors that performed the surgery. Um, yeah, I had to be on crutches for about a month and a half. I had to be on crutches throughout Christmas and January. So, and there's a hummingbird. You guys see that? Oh, never mind it. It flew off. Okay, so now you guys know the story. And if you like the content of my channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, links in description below. And Nightwolf88, out of here.